Hello, this is Britton LaRoche. I'm a staff solutions engineer at Confluent, and today we're going to create a Kafka hands-on lab. What I mean by that is Confluent, Kafka, and MongoDB, or Kafka, Confluent, and MongoDB. And in this particular lab, we're going to migrate data from an Oracle database to a MongoDB Atlas instance using the Confluent Cloud. So to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to use the AWS for the cloud provider. We're going to create an Oracle database instance in a particular region. And I chose the US West 2 in Oregon to be the place that we do this. Why? Because that's where the free Atlas tier is for MongoDB Atlas, and that's where the free Confluent tier is for Confluent Basic Cluster. So it's the easiest, cheapest way to get started. Additionally, having everything in the same region really resolves a lot of network complexities, and it also reduces cost. So there's no ingress, egress charges, etc. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to do is create the AWS RDS instance. So we're going to go ahead and click on this. So if I go ahead and right click on this console.aws .amazon.com link, basically it brings us into the management console. I have obviously been to RDS. So if we go to view all services, we'll actually see that RDS is here. And then I'm going to create a relational database instance. So this is the AWS RDS setup page. We go in here, we're going to create a database. Now notice that I am in Oregon. That's the important one. I was talking about US West 2. We're going to do that for the MongoDB Atlas instance. We're going to do that for the Confluent instance, just to make sure that we're all in the same region. And so everything looks good here. I'm going to create the database. And it's going to bring up a screen. The screen is going to give me a lot of different database options that I could use as part of AWS RDS. And so what I'm going to pick is Oracle. And I'm going to do the standard create, Amazon RDS, Oracle Standard Edition, cheaper, bring your own license. We're going to do a dev test instance. It's going to be a database identifier. So I'm going to call this Kafka. That's Kafka, Confluent Cloud, and MongoDB. Nice little contraction. Database credentials, typically you can name it anything you want. I'm just going to go with the default with admin. Mastered password, I'm going to give it a password. It has to be at least 8 characters. And I will do that confirmation. And then we're going to look at the instance configuration. Standard, sounds good. Yeah, it's an M5 large. Well, yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and go with that. General purpose, all that looks good. Sounds good. Do not create a standby instance. We're not going to connect to an EC2 compute resource, IPv4 networking, default VPC, default subnet. No, we're going to actually do a public IP address so that we can actually connect to instances and other resources outside of the VPC. This is important, so go ahead and enable this. You can always do this later, but it's better to do it when you create it. Existing VPC, no preference, certificate authority, that sounds good. Everything looks good. We're not going to be doing any of this stuff, so see what else we have under optional. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the default. Password authentication is how we want to do it. 7 days free tier. Everything looks good. Like it. Let's go ahead and create this database. So I click create, and it's creating my Oracle database instance. It should be ready in a little bit. And I will come back to you and we'll do the next part of this lab as soon as this is done.